Welcome back to the Manor. Julian McBain here, and we are back with Virtuverse. Which, of course, is currently in its 5th Backers Early Access. I just found my way into a corner so that I could start the video up. So I'm going to go through some of the changes that appear to have been made for this Early Access. We are, of course, heading into Early Access 5. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure to go to patreon.com/JulianMcBain if you want to support my work. If you do, you'll get the Modern Entropian and Personal Finance for Gamers. And as soon as this game comes out in beta, I will, of course, be making an ebook to provide a guide to this as well. Thank you so much to my patrons for helping me out. You are the reason I am able to do this. Okay. So, I've been able to play for roughly an hour overall. And I've seen some changes. I've seen some things that haven't changed. The big thing I'm going to put on display today is actually the mining. Because that is the thing that has changed the most from what I can tell. And actually, they've already updated the mining tool since in the last patch. Because this is all different. So, with mining, it still operates basically the same. You can hit this and it toggles the mouse mode. So you can just hit the left click mouse button to send out a probe. It does it the same as before. But now we get this. And so now we can either claim this one, which is iron ore. We can go to the copper ore and claim that one. Both are traced. So I'm just going to take the iron ore. I'm going to press E to claim. And now I should be able to left click and have it scan. And now that I've got the claim, I pull out my extractor and extract. And you can see in my little text box in the lower left that it operates just like any other. So I think this is a brilliant addition to the mining setup. I think that the way they did this is really good. You know, you get multiple options, and you can choose which one you want to pursue. So, like, I've got 3 iron ore traces. There's supposed to be a copper ore of unknown value around, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, you know what? It's a double. So, it's both iron and copper. You can see the distance there on my display. We'll take that one. We'll scan it up. And each scan takes energy probes. Or energy cells. Whoops. And the copper's only a trace, which is fine. There we go. And then we just keep mining thusly. And this has actually already been adjusted since this morning. So when I first open this, this is of course Saturday. When I'm recording this, y'all see this on Sunday. When I started playing this morning, if you used mouse mode, you could actually accidentally lose your scan beacons. Oh, we have an impure, which is better than trace. There you are. And they patched it this morning so that it would no longer do that. Now, if you're in mouse mode, it'll automatically switch to scan. But the way they've set this up, I think is going to work really well for people who like to mine. Mining is actually something I really enjoy doing. Not that you'd be able to tell that from my EU work. But I do enjoy it. it's just a matter of when and where I am. More often than not, it benefits me more to do hunting because that's what I've concentrated on for so long, so that's what I do. Whoops. And if you overdo it, then it just like randomly targets the mountain, which I find kind of hilarious. Claim. And it's very much a rinse repeat. Oh, someone's running by. Wonder if they have anything chasing them. So one of my goals for this EA is to try to get my mining above level 1 or to level 1. Professions, gathering. You can see that my miner is still level 0. I've done very, very little. I've actually gotten more for gatherer than I do miner. Go figure. The other thing I want to do is get my swordsman above level 3. The passives don't appear to have changed, and actually you get to keep all your passives from last time, which is new for this EA. So you can see I've got the 2 health upgrades here, which is my HP is 112 instead of 100. And of course you can get the percentages too for my chosen ability, which is swordsmanship. So that's all on my aim for this EA. But I really wanted to take some time to display the mining. Ooh. Serenite and copper or iron. The copper's trace. Where's the other one? It's over here. Impure. We're going to take the impure because it provides more per scan. And I'm sure as we get better, our yield is going to go up. There. Now the big thing we have to watch is we have to avoid mobs. Something I do want to just point out here, the reason the screen looks the way it does, so you can see it's very kind of bleached like, it's because I've got my brightness set to 200%. And this is something that I find a little... Ooh, pure. Check that out. I don't even know what it is. This is something I actually find a bit vexing. Is that in order for me to see at night, I actually have to kick my brightness up rather absurdly. Now, I don't know why that... Now, I've got a couple of theories for this, and if any of the devs are watching, because I know that y'all like to watch the videos that are made, please feel free to just let me know. I understand that there's a stylistic choice in this. This is something that they deliberately did. I find that out in the last EA. I think it's because this game is very deliberately meta. And there is more than a small amount of fourth wall breaking. Ouch. Thank God for chitin armor. One of the reasons I try so hard to be freaking tanky as shit is for reasons like this. You know? It's like that anime, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll just max out my defense. Which I thought was hilarious. So some combat's going to be necessary, even if you focus on being a miner. As always, I'm partial to melee combat. The big benefit to melee over other styles of combat in this game, and I have the feeling that a lot of other... No. This will not be unique to this game or to its competitor, is that often with melee comes strength, and I would not be surprised if carry capacity ends up associated with it somehow. On the other hand, having a really tanky character when you're doing things like gathering or mining is really useful to have. And I mean that. It is stupid useful to have. Because that way, if you're in the middle of something, you might be able to take one or two damage. Or 1 or 2 hits before the damage really starts to become a problem. And we don't know what you are, so we'll claim you. Claim, please. That was weird. Copper. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Now, I saw some re-radicals. One thing I think that is different from this EA is I think they've lowered the VT value of free radicals, which actually makes sense since that's the free gather. And I think it's something I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing, is just gathering free radicals for shits and giggles. Now, free radicals, of course, I don't know what the major plan for free radicals is. I do know that they are used as ammunition for free radical launchers, which are basically rocket launchers. And, you know, rocket launchers are aces in my book. I don't mind making ammo for those. So... okay. Overall, the island itself doesn't seem to have changed much. I know they've added things, and so exploration is going to be a big part of this EA and future when the beta comes out. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens when they come out with the beta. You know, are we going to be on Temrance Island? Is this just going to be the first of many areas? Oh, yay. I think this is better. I think they did a much better job with Temrance Island than the Peninsula, which of course makes sense because they just barely started when we were playing on the Peninsula. So that's not a criticism of the Peninsula. I feel like because they were able to limit the amount of space that they needed in order to take care of things, it forced creativity. So there's a thing called forced creativity, and Up Is Not Jump actually goes into this when dealing with oh, what frigging game is it? I don't remember, but he mentions Banjo-Kazooie. So if someone is also a fan of Up Is Not Jump, then please by all means let me let me know which video it is. I want to say it was one of his Fallout 4 videos because I've seen it like a million times. When you limit the options, it forces the developers to get more creative with what they've got. Like on a NES cartridge, there's almost no memory. I mean, even for the time, there was very little memory. Today, that you wouldn't be able to fit shit on an NES cartridge, an NES cartridge. So the developers had to really get creative with how they did things. So like a lot of the soundtrack were just, and this is taken directly from Up Is Not Jump, so this is me regurgitating. They take the same soundtracks and sounds and just speed them up or slow them down. Well, similarly, if you restrict the amount of space that you have to work with, shit. Gold ore. Let's grab the gold. Hell yeah. Oh, there's an impure. Nope, gold. I'm a little too Ferengi for my own good. I don't even know what gold is good for in this game yet. And so far, it might not be good for anything yet. Might be planned for the future. Maybe I can make gold pressed platinum. Copper. So yeah. Once the beta comes out, I'll be doing things similar to my EU videos where... Oh. Is it 6 that I've got the knife on? Yeah. Why not grab plant fibers? They're right here. Accumulation. Okay. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what accumulation means. See how many it turns into. Iron ore. I do like how they have the refinery. It looks like it's actually drilling. Whoa. This is a good find. Check this out. We're getting the goods, man. And off into space. Impure. And there's a question mark trace. We're gonna go for the impure. I think this is one of the things that's really going to take some strategic thinking, is deciding whether you're going to take a chance on something you don't know what it is, that has a lower value. Whoops. Or take something that has a known quantity at a higher value. They're all trace, so let's do this one. Oh, it's a single node with 3 different things in it. Gold, copper, and iron. Okay, so let's head back to the VOC. And I know that reputation is another thing they introduced in the CA. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like. There are 3 groups that you can get reputation with. The first, of course, is the VOC, who are the primary default good guys, I suppose. But they seem like a really strict governing organization, so they represent like the government. That sort of thing. You know, the nominal good guys, but because they're the government, they're often more oppressive. There are way too many rules, blah, blah, blah. Then you have the underground, and unlike the VOC, the underground will let you shoot your friends in the face. They run the underground arena group. You can bet I'm going to have a good reputation with them because I tend to be a black market operator. At least in video games, as far as you know. And then you can see the poison clouds at night. I think that's a good touch. They added the poison clouds at night. I think that's a good touch. It gives you more mechanics to think about when navigating at night. Now, that being said, with my luck, for some reason, I have managed to log in at night every single time I've logged in this EA backers test. That being said, this is only the second time I've logged in this backers test, so please don't take that as rote. And of course, I'll be doing more videos on this backers test as well as the actual EA. And I'm going to do some live streams of the actual EA as well. I don't know. I've already made promises about the live stream for Wednesday, so I don't know that I'm going to jump into this for the live stream. Which I had forgotten about this on Friday when I did the live stream then. That it was up and running. So we'll see what happens. Virtuverse orientational combat. Orientational. Is that what the O in VOC means? And I've got to say, I love the black uniforms. You know? I do. I wish we colonists could wear one. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint. So let's see how I'm doing overall. Because this is something, too, that we're going to have to keep in mind. The, one thing I hope they add is putting the price in here without having to click on each individual item. I really do. This one can go. This one can go. That one can go. Okay. So let's look at the resources. Like, I've got 93, 92 Aurum left. If I were to just VT everything... I get 364.72 back, which actually brings my amount down. And part of that, of course, is because I've been doing mining, which I didn't do before. All these broken teeth, canine bones, free radicals, which I think I can get more for on open market. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to eliminate the resources that you can actually sell for a profit. I'm going to sell the 14 Aurum worth of stuff there. And we're going to go find a place that we can... I don't think they have any sort of an auction house. Is this owned? Owner, the Overlord. Oh, but looks like Finn owns this. Yeah, what the hell? I'll bid on the lease. So we're not actually able to lease these yet. Looks like Nero bid on this one. I'll leave that one alone. And if you're wondering why I'm going to leave Nero alone, it's because Nero happens to be my supplier of all of my gear. And I am not a moron. I will, however, bid on this lease. Yes, no, maybe so? No? Okay, let's try this. Guess not. Okay. Well, such things happen. Maybe it's because I bid on a shop booth, but we'll see what happens. So, okay, let's talk about first impressions on the EA, because that's very, very important. Overall, I'm not seeing a huge difference between this EA and the preceding one. There's some tweaks, there's some minor fixes, all of that's good. I think that the changes they made to mining are actually good. Which I know there are going to be people going like, huh? But no, seriously, I think the changes they made to mining are good. I think that they're going to benefit overall all of the things that we're doing here and all of the things that the Virtuverse team is trying to accomplish. I think that that's good. Things that frustrate me, the brightness at night frustrates me, but that is what it is, right? Because, you know, if I go into options now, I can't even tell if it's daytime because of how bright I have to keep this thing. Now we're going to apply that. You know, this being the natural darkness for night makes it very difficult to play when you're fighting. Which it's their stylistic choice, and with the amount of fourth wall breaking they do in this, because there literally is no fourth wall in this, they just, you know that you're deliberately visiting a virtual world. You're basically jacked into like an SAO style full dive rig. I really can't bitch that much about it because that's on purpose. Know what I'm saying? Oh, I have like no schematics. Probably because I did not finish the basic energy rifle. So that's something I'll have to figure out. But anyway, the one thing that really bugs me is the not being able to strafe how to run. Like the cornerways thing versus the side to side. The amount of difference that would make as a melee player would be insane. Like, I can run backward faster than I can run sideways. Well, maybe not. So that's going to take some getting used to. It's not a deal breaker, but it is frustrating. Other than that, there was one other thing that I mentioned, because I actually made a criticism directly in the backers chat earlier today. And I'm going to share it with you all. And this is one of those things where I asked about level cap. Okay, so oh yeah, the hotbar drag and drop was having issues before the first patch. So let's see if we can energy blade. Let's pull the good one out, the one that's full. Yeah, the drag and drop just deletes what's there. It doesn't actually add anything. So that's honestly, that's kind of concerning. That's very, very vexing. Because if you're trying to change weapons while you're in combat, that's going to kill you. So you want to have a backup on your hotbar at any given time. And of course, everyone's favorite spear. I love this spear. God, I love this spear. Got to get my regular melee up, though, and I'm a swordsman to begin with, so love the sword, too. So, okay, I'm going to stop gobbing off. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, thank you for all of your support. Make sure you check out Virtuverse in May when the new public early access happens. If you happen to be a backer, it is open right now. Go check it out, and we will see you in the next one.